Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Emma and I help people to heal from chronic dizziness such as PPPD. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can see more videos that can help you to heal from dizziness. And if you like the video, please like it because it will help it to reach more people. So in this video, I want to talk about beliefs. I want to talk about what a belief actually is and what you can do to change your beliefs or to create new ones. And this comes off the back of my Instagram page. If any of you do follow me on there, I started a conversation a few weeks ago now, asking people if they knew how to change their beliefs and whether they believed that they could heal. And what I find was a lot of people, they have mixed views on whether they believe that they can heal, but a lot of people just didn't know how to change or create new beliefs. So I want to help you guys with that today. So hopefully you find it helpful. And I want to start by talking about what a belief actually is. So it's important to know that a belief is simply just a thought that you've continued to think. That's all it is. And our thoughts and our beliefs generally come from our life experiences, typically from when we're younger. But as we get older, we can also have, emotional experiences, bad experiences, good experiences. They all form into our beliefs. So if you think right back to the time when the dizziness first started for you, it may have been an ear infection or an illness or an injury or something like that. And it could have been quite a traumatic or upsetting time for you. You might have had these crazy dizzy spells, or you might not have known what was going on. And that could have created quite a lot of fear. And in time, when you continue to feel that way and you don't get better and your doctors can't help you, that can actually start to create a belief that you don't believe that you can heal. So like I said, it's important to know that a belief is just a thought that you've continued to think. But just because you believe something, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. So it's important to know that. So your thoughts are just thoughts. Just observe them and acknowledge that there's no right or wrong. They're just thoughts that you have. So why do you believe what you believe? What life experiences have you had that lead you to where you are now? Think about the sort of things that you've been through in your life, the thoughts that you have, the choices you've made, the things that have happened to you. This has all led you down a path to lead you to where you are now, and your beliefs are a reflection of that. So people with PPPD can often have really limiting beliefs because all of the medical tests are coming back clear, which can lead you down a path where you feel really confused and lost and hopeless and stuck. Maybe you've gone to the doctor and you've had all these different tests that are all coming back clear, and the doctors just don't know what to do with you. So think back to when we're children and when we're at a really young age. We're conditioned to believe that when something's wrong, we go to our doctors and our doctors can make it go away. The doctors can help us to get better. So with PPPD, sometimes our doctors, they don't know what to do with us. We'll be sent between different health professionals, some therapies that just don't work with a lot of people, like the vestibular rehab, maybe CBT, different physios or different ENT specialists. Some of it works for some people and some of it doesn't work for others. So there's no one size fits all that can just leave us feeling really lost and confused. And this all feeds into a belief that we're just never going to get better, or it's going to be really difficult and really long-winded approach to healing. So, which is why I really encourage people to learn about neuroplasticity, learn about PPPD, learn about your body, try to understand why your body reacts and responds in the way that it does. Because the more that you learn and the more that you understand, the better tools that you'll have available to be able to work with your body to help you to be able to improve. So knowledge is power, and the more that you can start to work with your body, the more you'll start to see improvements, the more you'll start to feel more positive about where you are, the more you'll start to believe that you'll be able to heal. So social media is also something that can help create negative beliefs as well, because when I first had the PPPD, I looked online and I found a lot of unhelpful forums of people talking about the fact they've had this condition for years and years, how bad it was, the fact that they're not getting better, that the doctors aren't able to help. And I came across this information quite early on when I had the dizziness. I think it was maybe 1 or 2 months in, and it scared me to death because I thought, am I going to be that person? I had these really horrible, uncomfortable symptoms. I was told that an ear infection would go away within about 3 to 4 weeks, and I still had this persistent dizziness. So going online and reading all of these other people that were talking about how they've had it for years was just really unhelpful, and that did really create a belief that maybe I wasn't going to get better. So that's just something to take into consideration. And that's a reason, one big reason why I started this YouTube channel, because you guys need to see that people can improve and recover from this. I am living proof that you can recover from triple PD. And I want that to feed into a belief that you can get better. I want it to give you hope. And the more people that you can see that are improving, the more that can hopefully help you to believe that it's something that you can do too. So how can you change an existing belief? And better still, how can you create new beliefs? A belief that you can heal, and to actually believe that that's true, a belief that you can get there. So it all starts by having an awareness of where you are right now, understanding the current beliefs that you have about yourself. And it's about becoming aware of the thoughts that you have and understanding that a thought is just a thought. Just because you think something doesn't mean that it's true. So you can do this by practicing mindfulness, and you can do this in everyday life, just becoming aware of the thoughts that you have, deciding whether they're unhelpful or helpful, and then deciding to just let the unhelpful thoughts go because they don't serve you. So detach yourself from them. Meditation is a really good way to do this as well, because mindfulness meditation actually encourages you to become the observer so that you separate yourself from your thoughts. And the more that you can do that, the more that you can just learn to understand that thoughts are just thoughts. So you can start to let the thoughts go that don't serve you. What you can then do is you can then start to create a new belief. So choose a belief that you want to start believing, one that you don't believe already. So just for an example, we're going to use the belief that I believe I can heal. And the belief that you might currently have might be a belief that you can't heal, or a belief that you're going to have to learn to live with this for some degree, or it could be that you've got different doubts and worries that are feeding into that belief. So it's about understanding that that's where you are now. What you then need to do is like a writing exercise. I found that it really helps to write this down. Is you start to pick words and sentences to support your new belief, so a belief that you can heal. So for me, I would sit down and I would have a little think about where my life was currently, and I would pick the positives from it, the positives to do with the triple PD and my condition that made me feel better about where I was. So for example, I always felt better in the morning. I always felt so much better when I'd first get out of bed, and I felt much more productive and in a better mood. And then as the day went on, the dizziness would just get progressively worse. So that was something that I wrote down. I wrote down that it's actually a really good thing that I do feel better in the morning, because it gives me some relief from my symptoms, and I can choose to do certain things in the morning because I know that I'll feel better if I do them then. So that was something that I wrote down. And then another thing would be, I always felt so much better when I was driving in my car. And I know that this can be, different for some people, which is why, these words that you choose have to be really unique, and you have to think them up yourself, because not everyone does feel better when they're in the car. Some people feel worse. But for me, I felt that my symptoms pretty much disappeared when I was driving. So that was something else that I wrote down. I also achieved so much in the first 2 years of having the triple PD, which was when my symptoms were at their worst. I had a really successful career with my job. I was doing really well, and, other aspects of my life that I felt that, despite the triple PD, despite the dizziness, I still achieved a lot in that time. And that was something that made me feel really good. So I wrote that one down as well. So have a little think about certain aspects of your life and choose thoughts that make you feel better when you say them, that supports your new belief. So do you feel better at certain times of the day? Do you feel better when you're driving or doing other activities? Are there things that you can do that when you do them, you don't notice the dizziness as much? And like I said, this has to be something that you choose. You have to choose the words and sentences yourself. So write them all down, and that has to be your new set point. So every time you start to think negative thoughts and unhelpful thoughts that support your old belief, let go of those thoughts, interject them and say, those thoughts don't serve me. I acknowledge that they're there, but I'm choosing to let them go, because instead I'm focusing on my new thoughts, these new words, these current aspects of my life that make me feel better and bring me relief. And I believe them because they're already happening. I know that they're already true. So you hold yourself in that better feeling place, and that's your new set point. And then eventually in time, that starts to, it will give you a little shift inside your body because you're moving towards that new belief. And then you revisit this, you know, every few weeks or every month or so, whenever you feel like you need to. And then hopefully by that time, you'll see that you've started to see some benefits in the practices that you've been doing. And then you can start to reach for new thoughts, new words, new sentences that you write down that can help you to take the next step towards the new belief that you've chosen. So it's a gradual process, and it's something that does work in time. You can't just suddenly choose a belief and decide that, you know, that you believe it, because we all know that it's not that easy. So it's really important that you choose words that you do believe already, because if you say, I believe I can heal, but you don't feel like you can, then it's not enough. You have to choose words and phrases and sentences that you focus on that make you feel better than where you are currently. So I hope that that is helpful, and I hope that you can understand how to create a new belief, because a lot of people, like I said, they don't know how to do it. So this is just one way that you can help to support your new beliefs. You know, there's other things that you can do, like, you know, meditations where you access the subconscious mind and you know, introduce new beliefs that way, but it's probably a video for another time because that's quite in depth, and, you know, some people aren't quite ready for that yet. So there is a lot of inner dialogue that goes on inside of our heads. You know, we can think somewhere between 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. So what thoughts are you having that are supporting your new belief and supporting your old belief, you know, unhelpful thoughts that are standing in your way? So your thoughts are so powerful, and your thoughts do help to shape and create the beliefs that you have. So it's really something to think about. But if you have any questions about it, guys, please feel free to just reach out. I'm happy to help. But I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I will see you next time. Bye.